Disclaimer: crypto investments are highly speculative and involve significant risk of loss. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Always do your own research and invest wisely. And please, be sure to support other crypto YouTubers like Crypto Fees, The Crypto Type, and Crypto Phoenix.
As crypto begins to target new all-time highs, the average crypto user is beginning to feel the growing pains, in the form of higher transaction fees, and as the entire crypto market continues to climb onto new heights, the likelihood of higher prices being paid in future will likely result in a significant pricing out of average retail crypto investors, which will probably move much of the current decentralized exchange volume onto centralized exchanges. In this video I will give you my top 3 reasons why EOS mainnet is best positioned to take advantage of this golden opportunity to capture the lion's share of these future priced out users. Okay, now let's get started. Number 1. EOS.io derivatives. I'm sure it will come as no surprise for anyone that has been trading and engaging on EOS DeFi applications, on what a pleasure it is to use, over its legacy counterparts. EOS.io DeFi is quite literally not even legitimately in the same league of any of its legacy blockchain competition currently operating outside of the EOS.io ecosphere. To be completely blunt, the difference is like a car comparison between an old Model T versus a modern Formula 1 race car. I'm always very surprised at how many current modern-day crypto users are so unaware of EOS.io blockchain's remarkable capabilities. I could understand it more when the EOS blockchain first launched, but seriously, now it's becoming really sad that so many people are still so willfully ignorant about certain aspects of EOS.io nearly 3 years later. There comes a time where even the most willful of individuals must eventually become intellectually curious about certain aspects of the competition, and this is why the EOS mainnet blockchain will have a significant advantage in the next up and coming months of this bull run. Most crypto users are already using many forms of what generally amounts to crypto-based derivatives on many different platforms like Ethereum as well as others. These crypto derivatives are allowing crypto users to take significant portions of trading off of their original chains and trade them on faster and much more nimble counterparts, like in the case of Ethereum and its wrapped BTC. And yes, we see the same thing happening with EOS as well, with the integration of PBTC. PBTC is already within the top 20 of EOS mainnet tokens, and as more BTC are locked up to create more PBTC, the market cap of this token is only likely to grow over time within the EOS.io ecosphere. As blockchain transaction fees continue to go higher with time, this will likely naturally push many retail traders towards platforms they can still engage in opportunistic crypto trades, without the huge setback of paying significant amounts in fees. And as a result, many crypto traders and holders will likely find their way into the EOS.io ecosphere, regardless of the minor friction of paying for an EOS account, and the largest portions will logically gravitate towards blockchains that have the most liquidity available. Number 2. Significant liquidity. In case you were wondering, liquidity plays a huge factor in how much money gets brought into a network. There are many factors like congestion, which is usually the most publicized factor that most blockchains deal with, but what I've noticed that is often overlooked in many conversations is the role that liquidity plays with then attracting new investments into a blockchain. After all, if you are a multi-billion-dollar company and you are looking to make a significant investment into cryptocurrencies, one of your first concerns is going to be how much liquidity does the blockchain in question offer. After all, if there is not enough liquidity, how can the company in question maximize opportunities or even remove investment if the liquidity is too low? I would be the first to tell you that technology is certainly not the end-all to be all. There will always be a composition of several things that large institutions use to consider what investments they will hold. But one thing is for certain, and that is liquidity will always be a part of that equation. Now ask yourself, what EOS.io chain has the most significant liquidity currently within the EOS.io ecosphere? And of course, I am talking about EOS mainnet. Therefore I believe that EOS mainnet will likely attract the largest portion of incoming EOS.io investment from retail, as well as institutional crypto holders. Now to be clear, this does not mean that there will not be plenty of new capital to go around for other EOS.io daughter and sister chains, but their investment portions will likely be divvied out based on their liquidity. Number 3. Upgrade to the power-up model. Last but not least, the currently hot topic within the EOS.io ecosphere, and that of course is the proposal of the power-up model, which for the record I believe that it will have significant beneficial impact on the EOS.io ecosphere, and particularly EOS mainnet, especially when it comes to congestion of near-spam transactions, but with some improvements we make comes some cost. I suspect that the cost of this upgrade will be likely paid in the lost perception of no longer being seen as a feeless blockchain. Of course, I believe that ultimately fees will be so low that most will not even consider it significant, but I think it is likely that EOS mainnet detractors will likely have something negative to say about it, and they will try to make it seem like a bigger deal than it actually is. So, prepare yourselves for the possibility of a new round of FUD. We have seen it before. After all, our collective detractors must find something to blow out of proportion, or else we may garner too much positive attention for their liking. Either way, in the end, it will not matter. EOS is continuing to move on and improve with time. Yes, sometimes we have setbacks, and also sometimes we have great leaps forward. I believe this is a significant step forward in the right direction, and will likely make using EOS mainnet much simpler than the current model we have today. And believe me, simple is good. Complexity for the sake of complexity can often be a double-edged sword, as we have seen in the last 3 years. After all, who's to say that if we had a much simpler approach from the beginning, hypothetically, how many users could we have been able to retain? Ultimately, we will probably never know if this had any significance at all, but it is something to think about either way. But to restate my point, simple as good, and moving towards a much simpler model will be advantageous towards retaining users and future. And I think that everyone within the EOS mainnet community can most certainly get behind that. To all EOS holders, it's time to power up.
Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please donate and give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channels. And if you would like to read, listen to, or watch more of this kind of content, please visit us at www.cryptoapologetics.com. See you next time. Take care.